July 21st, 1861 is a beautiful day for the first major battle of the war. Union soldiers, their uniforms clean and pressed, march on Bull Run Creek under General McDowell. They are 37,000 strong. Martial music plays and Union banners flap in the wind. Waiting at Bull Run Creek are 22,000 Confederates commanded by General Beauregard and Sidney Johnston. Their strategy is to defeat the enemy's rear and endanger Washington, D.C. Both armies converge near Stone Bridge on Bull Run Creek. A small contingent of Northerners block the southern advance of the bridge. It is up to Southern forces to break through this blockade and continue their assault against the enemy.
We win this battle, boys, the war's ours for the taking. These Northern boys turn and run. You'll see. Here they come. Let's move, men. Forward! We got him! No mercy! Ah! Ah! Oh! Charge will occur down the road, right through the Union center. All three barricades must be blown to protect the charge. Here are your explosives. Good luck. We got him! family! For the dinner, boys! Kill them all! Let's strike from family! Keep going, man! He got him! Oh! Destroy that sniper's nest! Go! Ah! Oh! Ah! Ah! Yeah! Keep going, man! Ah! We got him! Ah! Give them all hell! Kill them all! Keep going, man! Victory, man!
A Union victory looks assured when Confederate General Thomas Jackson is told, "General, they're beating us back." He replies calmly, "Then we will give them the bayonet." His bold defense turns the tide of the battle and forever enshrines him in military lore as Stonewall Jackson. Along with Jeb Stuart, the counterattack pushes the Union forces back to Stone Bridge where panic sets in. It turns into a full-blown rout for the Union. 5,000 Union soldiers never return home. Those that do stagger back to Washington, D.C., their clean uniforms now bloody and tattered. The Union is humiliated, and the event comes to be known as the Great Skedaddle. In Richmond, Confederate President Jefferson Davis rejoices and claims a great victory over the Union. But it's clear now to both sides that this war will not be short nor painless to either side. Spring of 1862. General McClellan refuses to fight with his enormous Army of the Potomac. But General Ulysses S. Grant is anything but timid. He camps on the west side of the Tennessee River at Pittsburg Landing. Across from him, Sidney Johnston masses his troops in Corinth and plans a surprise attack. Grant's large encampment, 42 kilometers in size, is not properly defended. In the early morning, commanding an equal force of raw recruits, Confederate General Johnston knows he has to stop Grant now before reinforcements arrive. But before the battle is about to begin, a small group of soldiers is about to infiltrate the enemy's positions.
Listen up, soldier. You will slip into the center of the Union camp, eliminating all obstacles as you go. That means slitting throats. You will steal into the general's tent and procure strategic documents. You clear? You will then sabotage their survey balloon, and on your way out, destroy the enemy's ammo depot. You will avoid all lighted areas. A platoon of men should be doing this. You're all I've got. Now don't let me down, son. Davis gonna give you a medal for that, I guess. Now, let's get on out to the boats.
Taking heavy losses, the Union finally retreats to the Tennessee River. They hold that position as a dozen massive assaults are launched and 62 cannons blaze away. Confident of a total Southern victory, General Beauregard is shocked to face 72,000 enemy soldiers the next morning, as Buell has arrived the night before with reinforcements. Grant takes the field and forces the South to withdraw after a murderous engagement. All in all, after 2 days of fighting, there are 23,000 casualties, more than in all previous American wars combined. The costly Union victory shakes the divided nation to its very core. The war is a calamity that will require more bloodshed and sacrifice than anyone could have ever imagined. For Grant, the victory only steels his determination. The way to the South is now open. In the late summer of 1862, General Lee invades the North, hoping to deliver a fatal blow to the Union. Lincoln sends General McClellan to stop Lee in his tracks at Sharpsburg, Maryland. Even though McClellan captures Lee's dispatches, exposing his entire battle plan, the overly cautious Northern general still will not act for 2 days. This gives Lee more and more confidence. The North achieves a temporary advantage at Bloody Lane, where Confederate soldiers are trapped in a sunken road and slaughtered. In the southern section of the battlefield, Burnside attacks the bridge at Antietam Creek.
They've crossed the bridge, men. We're gonna stop them before they reach our cannons. Anything that moves is fair game. We said our prayers, so let's go. Over here, soldier. The sneaky bastards have infiltrated the woods, trying to attack our artillery from the rear. Protect them, soldier, at all costs. cannot be allowed to cross that bridge, or they'll be out of range of our big guns.
Lee is overwhelmed at Antietam Creek and has no more reserves to bring up. It looks like his army will be destroyed when at the last minute General Ambrose Hill arrives with reinforcements and beats back the northern advance. The next day, Lee expects an all-out attack and certain destruction, but no attack comes. Once again, McClellan allows the great general to escape. He retreats back into Virginia, able to fight another day. The battle does not give either side a decisive victory, and yet 23,000 casualties occur, 9 times the number that fell at Normandy. Tremendously disappointed, Lincoln still declares this a victory, and within days signs the Emancipation Proclamation. England decides against backing the South, an act that will affect the entire outcome of the war. One of the Union's brightest stars, General Hooker has a good plan to feint an attack on Lee at Fredericksburg, then march up the Rappahannock, cross the river, and attack Lee's rear. On April 30th, 1863, with 90,000 men, Hooker's main force reaches Chancellorsville. On May 2nd, Hooker stops his army when reaching Stonewall Jackson's troops. His officers urge him to press forward, but he delays. With 15,000 men, Lee keeps Hooker bottled up in the woods. Jackson leads the rest around the Union lines to attack their rear at Chancellorsville. Completely off guard, the Union troops fall back before darkness falls, desperately trying to ward off the attacking Southern forces.
Move closer, soldier. Your job is to take out those signal towers yonder. Shoot any snipers or guards on the way. Understood? You do that, and there's a bigger prize. The ammo depot at the end of the camp. I'm counting on you, boy.
Oh! Ah!
Listen up. I don't got long. There's an ammo depot just beyond them trees. Best thing is to hit it from the other side. You set fire to them trees and blow it up. Now, don't mind me. I'm going to a good place. Now get!
Because of the late attack, Jackson doesn't have time to finish the job. He rides after the retreating Yankees, considering a night assault. When he returns, confused Confederate sentries mistake him for the enemy. 2 of Jackson's aides are killed, and he's shot twice in the arm. The limb has to be amputated. The next day, Hooker orders a retreat, and the Union Army crosses back over the Rappahannock. The defeat is total. Hooker loses 17,000 men. It's Lee's costliest victory to date. He loses 13,000 men, including his best general. On May 10, 1863, Stonewall Jackson takes a turn for the worst and dies of pneumonia. In the summer of 1863, Union General William Rosecrans forces the Confederate Army out of Chattanooga and into Georgia. Defeated at Perryville and Stones River, Confederate commander Braxton Bragg is the most despised officer in the South. Finally, he retreats no more. On September 18th, Bragg makes a stand at Chickamauga Creek. Both armies clash at the bridge over the Chickamauga, suffering horrendous losses. In a heavily forested area, Bragg assaults Rosecrans head-on. Union General George Henry Thomas holds his position until the evening. The next morning, Thomas is once again attacked. He somehow continues to fight the South off, but time is running out for the North.
These men are under your command, soldier. You will clear all nearby farms of enemy control. I do not want to see a Yankee uniform unless it's covering a dead body. Is that clear? Send them back home, soldiers! Destroy that cannon plate! Forward, Ford!
Try to get us out of here. Use the explosives from the wagon.
A gap in the Union line, is it? Very well. We'll take full advantage. Bring me a courier. Soldiers, prepare for an assault. You've done well, soldier. The battle may well turn at your initiative.
The Union hastily withdraws from a ferocious rebel attack. Fortunately, General Henry Thomas commands the remnants of 7 divisions of the Army of the Cumberland. He repulses assault after assault, barely averting a complete rout of the Union. He later is lionized as the Rock of Chickamauga for the heroics he shows that day. It turns out to be the 2 bloodiest days of the war. The Yankees lose over 16,000 men, and the South over 20,000. Licking their wounds, the North withdraws to Chattanooga. Humiliated by the loss, Lincoln replaces Rosecrans with Grant. It turns out to be his best decision of the war. In the summer of 1864, President Lincoln finally finds an officer who can face the bloody numbers of this hellacious war. Ulysses S. Grant, now commanding the largest army in the world, 500,000 strong. When he faces Lee for the first time, he is soundly defeated. But unlike every other Northern general before him, he does not retreat. He forges ahead relentlessly towards Richmond. Lee surmises Grant's intentions and marches quickly to stop him. General Grant concentrates his army next to Cold Harbor, where Lee has already staked his position. General Grant brings to the confrontation 120,000 men and a supply line that extends for miles. The bloody battle begins.
Don't just sit there. I got word we're on the move. We're gonna kill them Yanks near the river ford, then light up their telegraph. Just for fun, we'll blow up the bridge. How does that sound?
Oh!
On June 3rd, General Grant hurls 3 corps of men at Lee's entrenched army. The battle is quick and decisive. In 20 minutes, 7,000 men are killed. Despite the terrible loss of life, it's a standoff. The South stops the North temporarily, but cannot halt their relentless march on Richmond. Despite its heroism and willingness to sacrifice all for the Confederacy, the South cannot match the superior numbers and resources of the Union. The end is in sight for the brave soldiers in blue. Christmas approaches, yet nothing could be less festive than the dreary weather towards the end of 1862. Displeased with the inactivity of McClellan, Lincoln directs Union General Burnside to go on the offensive and attack Richmond. Union guns shell Fredericksburg, setting the town on fire. The Union Army crosses the river and loots the city. Lee now has 75,000 men on the heights overlooking the burning city. Lee can't believe the Union would dare attack his well-fortified positions, but he misjudges Burnside's recklessness. The order is given. Burnside orders his men to attack Lee's 2 fronts.
We hold that bridge, soldiers, or we won't be going home for Christmas. We'll be planted here till Judgment Day.
When can we get this started?
Everyone back home is counting on us. Now move! The Rebs have their reinforcements. We got no... Follow me or die where you stand.
Don't forget me.
You can still fight. Move! We're going to charge! down their flank! Falling back! We got him! Peterson! No mercy! Victory, man! Hey! To glory! Victory, man!
In the south, the enemy line is broken, but J. Early's division saves the day for the Confederacy, and the Union Army is repulsed. In the north, brigade after brigade attacks Mary's Heights, the bluffs overlooking the looted city. 14 assaults are beaten back before Burnside realizes his folly. That night, the temperature drops below freezing. Survivors build shelters with the bodies of the dead. They are encamped there all night and the rest of the next day before they are ordered to withdraw. Openly weeping, Burnside wants to personally lead a new charge, but his officers talk him out of it. The slaughter is horrendous. The Union loses 12,600 men, the South 5,300. Lee remarks, "Fortunately, war is so horrible. Otherwise, we could fall in love with it." The survivors finally limp back across the Rappahannock. What are the great sacrifice and lives accomplished? No one could say. July 1863. Confederate President Jeff Davis urges Lee to take the battle to the north. Lee sends Jeb Stuart around Union lines to invade the north in Pennsylvania. Stuart stumbles upon Gettysburg for no other reason than it warehouses boots, badly needed by his soldiers. Union generals Buford and Meade both converge on the rural Pennsylvania town. In no time at all, a ferocious battle begins. On the second day of fighting, in spite of the advice of his generals, Lee starts to attack the enemy's flanks at Little Round Top. The Federals must hold this position, or their entire line will be exposed to the Southern attack.
Soldier, a sizable line of Rebs is coming down on us fast. Use your sniper rifle to pick them off. It's the only chance we got. God! Keep going, man! Keep going, man! They're on the run! Victory, man! Follow me to glory! Kill them all! Follow me to glory! Die! We got him! Die! Hurrah! Ah! We got him! Victory, man! Ah! Victory, man! Oh! You gotta get out of here. Reach the little round on the double. Eliminate every soldier on the way. Be moving or die where you stand. Victory, man! They're ours, man! Take over the big Gatling gun, son. Mow down anything that isn't already dead. We're going to charge. We got no other option. Follow me. We got him. Fixed bayonets, men. We're going to charge.
The third day of battle is no less fateful. Sensing victory, Lee orders General George Pickett to charge an open field, where behind a stone wall the Union Army holds Cemetery Ridge. At 2 p.m., Pickett begins his charge with 13,000 men. Red flags wave and bayonets shine in the July sun. It's an unimaginable slaughter. Single cannon blasts from the Union side kill a dozen packed-together bodies at once. The Confederates reach the stone wall at one place only. They are all captured or killed. Taking full responsibility for the disastrous charge, Lee will never again attempt to invade the North. 6,500 Confederates die or are taken prisoner. All in all, 51,000 men on both sides are killed during 3 days of warfare. Despite Lincoln's urgent pleas, Meade refuses to attack the retreating army. His own troops are too exhausted. No one knows it yet, but it's the beginning of the end for the Confederacy. In late November of 1863, the Western theater of war is not going well for the Union. After a crushing defeat at Chickamauga Creek, the North withdraws back to Chattanooga. Remarking that General Rosecrans looks stunned and confused like a duck hit on the head, Lincoln replaces him with Ulysses S. Grant. Southerners hold 3 key positions overlooking the city. General Hooker attacks the South's left flank, Sherman the right. Losing his way in the mist, Sherman charges in the wrong direction. Along with Sheridan, Grant orders the hero of Chickamauga, George Henry Thomas, to assault the center of the rebel stronghold. It's a bold but dangerous decision.
Thought what's been happening. You don't think I hate you? I got nowhere to go. My brother was killed at a bull run, and my mama passed right afterwards. This is all I...
closer. There's a weak spot. Enemy lines. Take the news to the commander north of here. Tell him to attack and breach their lines. I wish I could be there with you, son.
Commander is dead. We will not give up. Good is for this final assault. We will send them back to Richmond. Ahead. Prepare to fight! Aye!
After capturing Lookout Mountain, General Phil Sheridan of the Union is so emboldened that he attacks the South's next stronghold, Missionary Ridge, without direct orders to do so. No matter. Nothing the Confederates can do is able to stop him. They withdraw after taking enormous losses. It's a great victory for the North, and the glory goes entirely to Grant, solidifying his hold as Lincoln's top commander. The South will not recover from this stunning defeat, which brings about Bragg's dismissal and opens up the path to the Southern heartland. At the north of the Cape Fear River, the Confederacy in the early days of the war took control of a spit of land in North Carolina. Fort Fisher keeps Union ships at a distance, allowing blockade runners to smuggle in provisions for the South. The entire survival of the Confederacy is dependent on its massive guns. On January 12, 1865, the Union makes its second all-out assault on the fort. For 2.5 days, the Federal Armada bombards Fort Fisher relentlessly by both sea and land. After the massive bombardment, more than 3,300 infantry and Marines assault the stronghold on two sides.
Secure the landing zone and eliminate all resistance. I want every one of you to meet me there. Wait at the wall breach for further orders. Forward!
I'm hit, so it's all up to you. Here's a pack of explosives, just in case. Blow that cannon in placement, or our assault is in jeopardy. Don't let me down, soldier.
The assault on the west side of the fort is victorious. After several hours of horrendous hand-to-hand combat, the rebels call it quits, with only a small contingent retreating to Fort Buchanan. It doesn't take long for them to surrender as well. Wilmington, North Carolina is taken within weeks. Once supplies to the Confederacy are cut, the end is in sight for the Confederacy. In the spring of 1865, as Southern forces suffer large casualties and a draining of supplies and resources, General James Wilson hopes to deliver a knockout blow in Selma. His plan is to capture and destroy the large Confederate arsenal there and draw away Nathan Bedford Forrest from Mobile. Major General Forrest is the war's most daring and colorful commander. No man is more feared by the North, except perhaps Robert E. Lee himself. Forrest gathers his forces to defend Selma. On April 1st, Wilson's advance guard meets Forrest's forward line at Ebenezer Church on the crossroads before the city. An intense standoff takes place at the outer works of the city.
Soldiers, we've encountered fierce resistance by Ebenezer Church. You will eliminate that threat at once! orders for the squads in the nearby forest. It is imperative that they get them. Great offensive on the city is about to begin. Don't let us down. Don't worry none about me. Soldier, the assault is about to begin? Very well. My men should already be in the city doing their work. That's it! Prepare yourselves, men! We have destroyed their warehouse. This means no ammo or weapons anymore. Victory's ours! Attack!
Finally, Selma's fortifications fall. General Wilson himself leads a mounted charge forward. After a day of vicious combat, Selma is in the hands of the Union. In the darkness, the Confederates flee. Badly wounded, General Forrest barely escapes by swimming across the Alabama River. Even Nathan Forrest cannot stop the inevitable. With their main manufacturing centers of Atlanta now captured and Richmond in its last throes, Confederate soldiers worry more about feeding themselves than making war. A city on the south side of the Appomattox River, Petersburg is the South's last stronghold between Grant's army and Richmond, the capital of the Confederacy. In June of 1864, the Federals attack. Lee knows he cannot ultimately win, but has no choice but to defend the city. A long siege begins. Union forces lay siege for 9 long months. The Confederates build massive entrenchments to beat off the superior Northern forces. On April 2, 1865, Federals make a breakthrough into the city. In Petersburg, everything burns, and every street captured must be paid for in blood. Finally, the Union makes its way towards the last point of Confederate resistance.
I want this entire area cleared of all hostile forces. Follow me to glory!
cover now! I don't know about you, but I want to be the one to tear down that rebel flag. We'll see who gets the glory of putting the Stars and Stripes today. You with me?
Broken, Lee's army is finally forced to retreat. President Davis is in church when he receives a message from Lee that he can no longer hold Petersburg. Richmond must be evacuated. This terrible war that divided neighbor from neighbor and tore families apart is close to its bloody end. After losing well over 100,000 men in this battle alone, Grant has done what no other Northern general has achieved. From now on, the country is finally able to look towards the future and begin the great healing process that will unite the nation once again.